thing. I've been reading the comments and I've seen many suggestions for a video pertaining to whether or not the Earth is flat or round. I have had the answer for a very long time. It's not the first time I've been out into space, and I thought today I'll make this video pertaining to exactly what I saw. Maybe this will clear up some confusion. There are so many facts out there, evidence. From what I've seen, I've only seen like notes, and I've seen theories. So is it really factual evidence, or is it just theoretic suggestion? Alright, I'm being silly. Let's get a bit serious. No, I'm not gonna be serious. Why be serious? It's a video about the Earth being flat or round. There's no need for it to be serious. I'll tell you what happened. When most people begin to astral project within the later years of their life, they often have a few experiences before they're able to control it that contribute towards the development in astral projection. And during these experiences, they'll end up laying there in their bed, peeking into other dimensions, thinking that they're still in 3D. This can freak them out because they'll start seeing shadow beings, they'll feel like they can't breathe, mainly because they're not used to the spiritual pressure within that realm. And so it scares people. It scares people. Their mind runs rampant with theories and ideas of what could have happened, what will happen, which won't happen, by the way. And if it does, you can put money on it that it's a thought form. I've made videos on the ethers and what the astrals are all about over my YouTube channel, but this video will be pertaining to whether or not the Earth is flat. And the reason why I bring that up specifically in this video is because I went to bed with the intention to fall asleep, which I should have known better, because oftentimes when I lay down in the middle of the day, that never happens. I often astral project, and that's exactly what happened this time around. As I'm peeking out the corner of my eye, I take a look at the left side of my bedroom. Right now it's a mess, but if you can imagine all of that stuff just not being there, this caused some confusion. Why is my room slightly different? There's a toolbox there. I'm pretty sure it belongs to Mum's boyfriend. Why have I got it in my room? I'm not planning to do any DIY anytime soon. What's going on here? But I didn't get up. Not just yet. You see, every now and then us astral projectioners, we have the ability to bounce. Which means rather than just assuming that it's over because we've been snapped back into our body, we decide to give it another shot. And I gave it another shot by looking, only this time, to this side of my room to see my door open. And I could hear the distinct voice of my dad laughing with my aunt and my sister. Now this is strange. This never happens, okay? This never happens. The last time I astral projected, I time traveled into the future. And I saw my dad with my mum, very strange, sat on the couch. And it was Christmas. It was 2016. 2016. You know, I actually waited because this was 3 years before 2016 when I had this experience, this astral projection. So I anticipated and watched the series of events leading up to 2016 just to see whether or not this future probability will come to fruition. It didn't. But for other reasons, and that'll make sense in a second, because as I got up, now curious that I can hear my dad speaking, maybe this is the same timeline. I venture outside of my room and I walk downstairs into the living room. I see the three of them standing there, my sister, my aunt, and my dad, laughing, only this time my dad is slightly overweight, whereas last time I saw him, he was thinner. So was my mum. They wore different clothing as well, a darker decor. And I thought, okay, this can't be it. This can't be the same timeline that I entered into last time. because he looks different. So what's going on here? Now, this is where astral projection is so important when it comes to learning how reality is put together. I once said I wish this was taught in schools because I felt a presence, not an entity, not as if it was a person walking near me, but more so a global presence, as if this thing was everywhere. A spirit of sorts. And this spirit caused me to fade back into my body. Now remember the bouncing I said we astral projectioners often do? Well, that happened again, only this time I opened my eyes to stare at the ceiling. The very same ceiling I helped my mum paint when I was younger. Only to then phase through the roof of my house and experience the space in front of me become larger. And as I looked over my shoulder, the space behind me became smaller. To feel yourself moving through space-time, but not actually physically moving, but rather the space in front of you shifting and moving, allowing you to then exist within another point of space, that is exactly what happened. It felt as if I was just beamed straight up above the earth. And as I'm looking down at the earth, I begin to see the flower of life. Okay, and I've got a pendant here with it on there for you guys who don't know what that is. But I'm gonna have a hard time having this focus on it. And this flower of life laid perfectly over the top of the earth. Now at that point of time, I had remembered somebody suggesting to me to make a video about whether or not the earth was flat or round. So what I decided to do was to venture around the edge of the earth. But as I'm venturing around the earth, I realized something. I'm venturing around the earth. It's not flat. I can see it. It's a globe. But what I saw next, yeah, I saw another earth. It looked exactly like ours, and it existed real close to ours, okay? Not only did I see one earth, I saw another two. And then I decided to count the amount of earths that I saw, and all in all, I saw 8 earths. If you can imagine a cube, each corner of the cube harboring another earth. And then I saw this blue energy merge off of the earths into the other ones, as if each parallel earth or copy of itself were merging into each other. And then as I looked further away from the earths that were closest together, I saw another earth off into the distance, and then another one further off into the distance. So now what I'm looking at is parallel earths literally in front of me that are further and further away. And the ones that were closest together, it was as if their realities were merging together, and that is why I was experiencing parallel versions of my life whilst I was astral projecting. So not only did I see the earth being round, but I also saw other parallel earths that also exist within other points of space. So yeah, that's gonna be about doing it, guys. That's what I saw. After seeing that, I came back with a big smile on my face. And this is not the first time that I've been out into space. This isn't. I made a video called Astral Projection Out of Orbit, where I flip out of orbit because I feel my astral body shift in weight because of the change in the, I think they call it the stratosphere. Okay, as soon as I left the atmosphere, I entered into space and I started to flip and, you know, flip out of the orbit of the Earth. And I saw the sun over and over again. That, and there have been a few accounts that I have left the Earth to see planets that were further away. After then turning around, seeing other people's light cords come from the Earth and venture out into space, other astral projectioners across time and space. Literally, these guys could be astral projecting like in the 90s. There is no limitation to astral projection. And I was watching their light cords from their physical body down at Earth venture off into space and connect to their, well, I assume, their astral body. A lot of people are doing this. A lot of people have done this and will do this within the future. But this has been my take on whether or not the Earth is flat or round. From my experience, from what I've seen, it's round. They're all round. I'm Ryan Jay-Z. This has been Your Potential. Hope you've enjoyed. Subscribe for more videos like this. Comment below if you like, and I'll respond to them as soon as I can. And I'll speak to you guys pretty soon. Peace.